you can see each individual word. You can blur the translation, right? So you can only see it when you hover over it.
Today, let's learn Chinese, but let's do it with enjoyment instead of frustration using different TV shows and Google extensions. So we're going to start out with this little extension. So if you look in the description below, you'll see a link to the Google Chrome store Enjoy Learning Languages Google extension. So you can add that extension and it allows you to see both English and Chinese, and even recently, since they updated, Pinyin text, so that you can better learn Chinese. So here's an example. This is on a YouTube channel. I've already downloaded the extension and you can set it up in your settings. So the subtitle language is Chinese Simplified, transliteration is Pinyin, and then the translation language is English. And you can blur even and unblur as well the translation or hide it completely. And if you click A, it goes to the previous sentence. S, it repeats. D, it goes to the next sentence. So we're going to close this out. And you can see, I'm actually going to turn this off so you can better see. 到底, you can see the pinyin and the tones and the Chinese characters. And if you don't understand what it says, you can hover above the blurred text and get the English. So that way you can see everything. And then if you push E, it actually saves it in the sentences. And you can have a saved database of everything. And if you actually click on the YouTube icon, you get to go back to the exact point in the video where it shows you where the word came from. So this is really, really nice. And you can do this with other languages as well. The only real limitation is that you need to make sure the subtitles are available for Chinese Simplified. So just make sure that you have Chinese subtitles available in the show. If not, then you can do English and Chinese, but you won't be able to do the transliteration of Mandarin. But still really cool. And then if you have this little icon as well, you can get even more detailed definitions of everything, which is really nice. It's in the description below, but it's called the Zhongwen Chinese English Dictionary. It's super easy and simple to use. And then you can have this video speed manager as well. So if you look at here, you can see that you can go very defined in terms of how fast or slow you want things to go. So sometimes people speak too much and the normal playback speeds of 0.75 or 1.25 might be too slow or too fast. So this gives you more granular control, and that's really easy to see if you click on Video Speed Manager and the settings. You can change the speed change step by 0.05, so 5%, or 0.1, however you want it to be. And you can even do shortcuts. So you can decrease and increase the speed with Z or X, which you can change. I suggest 0x, so you don't mess with the ASD configuration of the Enjoy Learning Chinese. But that's just some super useful tips that I found helpful. I also, in the description below, have more tips about learning Chinese that you can look over. This is just great. You can get the English pinyin and the Chinese text all in one, and it's beautiful. And you can control even better with the Video Speed Manager how fast or slow you want the video, so you can pick up the language better. So good luck. Just read through this if you want. There's lots of different suggestions and shows that you could watch, so hope you enjoy it. One other thing, there's this one-click extension manager that I use so that I can easily turn off and on my extensions, because they technically do take up energy, and so you can turn them off when you don't use them and you can extend your battery life. But it's just a little thing I do. Up to you. Disable or enable all of it when you need it. Now let's combine all of those extensions into the experience of studying and watching at the same time. So we have the extensions on, right? Enjoy Learning Chinese, Video Speed Manager, and Zhongwen Chinese English Dictionary. So now, since all of the settings are good, I can just play it. And then you can see each individual word. You can blur the translation, right? So you can only see it when you hover over it. And then you can click the shortcuts like D, next sentence, A in the past,
and then you see that the 1x speed is there. Well, I'm using ZX to make it faster and slower. And then next sentence, and then if I hover above, it will automatically pause. And then if you don't know a word, maybe you don't know the word Wong, then push E and it saves it, and it goes into your sentences and it's saved here. And if you click it, it goes back to the exact same point, you know, after the commercials or ad block, whatever you decide. There you go. And if you click S, it repeats the phrase over and over again. And then push S to unrepeat it. And then there you go. And you can even do this in full screen if you want, and it'll still work. So really good, really great. E is to save the sentence. And then on the free version, there's only 10, but what I do is just use Microsoft Word or Pages so that I can save it for later. For example, if you copy this, you go to Word, and then you can go to Help and search up phonetic guide. Oops. And then it should recognize the pinyin and you can have it above the text, but for some reason it doesn't work on Mac too well, or at least that's what I've noticed. But on Windows it works. Otherwise, you can go to Google Translate and then you can save it, or you can copy all of this. And then you can have it all at once. Or if you have a Mac, you can go to Pages. Or you can paste it into Pages on a Mac and hover above the text and then click Phonetic Guide Text, and there you go. You have the pinyin. And then you can just, you know, do that for multiple ones, and there you go. You can just save it all at once and keep on adding to it, because on the free version of this beautiful extension, you can only have up to 10. Then you have to delete it if you want to keep saving with the simple E button. For example, E. So that's how you can study in real time, watching your favorite shows and everything, saving the sentences after every 10, put it into a Word doc so that you can review it later, and keep going, keep reviewing, and 加油, get that Chinese on.